Okay, so I just bought this air compressor, and this is really just in case of emergencies. You know, this thing is in my car ready to go, and to pump up a flat tire, or if there's somebody on the side of the road, different things like that. So first thing I do is try to test it out, because that's what you do in this day and age. So first things first, it didn't work. Plug it into the lighter, into your car, and it didn't work. So I was like, okay, what the heck is going on? I look at this label here, and it says, unscrew the nut on the cigarette lighter to replace the 15 amp fuse tube if necessary. So when I plugged this in, this light wasn't even turning on. So my thought process was, okay, let's replace this fuse. And lo and behold, I check this in here, and if you can see it, this is actually a blown fuse. So they give you a extra one in the baggie here with a bunch of different adapters. So I was checking this fuse here, and this one looks like it is not blown. So you can see it's one electrode wire or what have you in there, and it's connected, versus this one here, which is blown. So we're just going to switch this out here. Put this puppy in there. It's kind of like a battery setup, but with a fuse instead. So this was set up this way. This was this way. Goes like this. And then you screw this in here. Get it pretty tight too. Don't want to make sure it doesn't come out. So get our trusty little pliers here. So here. Let's tighten this back up here. Okay. All right. So since blown fuse is not working, we will go downstairs and try this and see if it works. So this thing has a 3-year warranty, and it has like, I don't know, 54,000 reviews on Amazon. So I thought it would be good. But what I was using before was a battery powered one. And once the battery stopped working, it wouldn't just work with the plug that it had. So I tried to charge it up, full charge, and different things like that, but it still didn't work. So yeah, I ended up just buying this one instead, and I'll end up recycling the other one because it has a battery in it. So this one has an emergency light on it, and then it just has a readout so that we can change it to PSI or bar or what have you, and then pump it up. And then yeah, it has like a few adapters, so you can pump up like, I don't know, like a pump up, like an air mattress, and then like different balls and yeah, different kind of adapters here. I'm not sure what this one is for, but either way, it's mostly going to be in my car and pumping up tires in case of emergencies, or if I'm just pumping tires up, or yeah. So let's go try it and see if it works. Okay, we are in my Tesla Model 3. So we have the red light right there, and the charge plug is in here. So let's plug it in and see if it turns on. Well, that turns on, light turns on. Looks like it was just a blown fuse. So something to keep in mind with these is that if that light doesn't turn on, it could be the fuse. All you have to do is go in here, unplug this, change it out, and yeah, I guess just plug this back in, and then you should be good to go. Okay, so plug it in and focus on here. And once you put it in the actual wheel here, and the tire portion of it and this valve stem, it'll detect how much PSI is in there. And then here, you just flip the switch on and off, It is pretty loud, and the wire that you're using is pretty short. This works for my particular Model 3, but if you were using this for a truck or something like that, I think you'd want something a little bit longer. I am trying to recommend something that is a plug-in only, not something that's a battery powered, because once that battery is in the cold all the time in your trunk or whatever, then it's going to go bad and it may not be able to be used anymore. So this is sort of the solution that I was trying to go with, and it does have an auto shut off. It does have this nice LCD display and yeah, a light on it as well. So I think the one thing that I would probably want is if it was like hooked up to USB-C or something like that, or USB-A port, then it would be a little bit easier to plug into more things that are coming out nowadays. I was actually surprised that this car had a cigarette lighter, but some of the other cars have like multiple cigarette lighters that don't actually have the cigarette lighter in there, but you know, the 12 amp plug. So yeah, overall this thing was fine, except, you know, out of the box having to replace the fuse. So I'll probably get on the horn with them and get me a free fuse. Something to also note is that this AstroAI A1AI, this tube here gets really warm. As you can see here, it has a caution hot symbol. So if it's pumping up, like let's say 20 to 30 PSI, it's gonna get super hot. So there is like a 15-minute cool down time. Please allow pump to cool for at least 10 minutes after 15 minutes of continuous use. So that's one thing to note, is that there is a, you know, this thing is pretty compact and it will overheat. So just keep that in mind when you're using this. And if it stops working, that could be the reason, or you could have blown the fuse. Anyways, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.